Welcome back to RF Coins, the home for coin lovers, collectors, and treasure hunters. Today's spotlight shines on one of the most fascinating and potentially valuable coins still sitting quietly in people's pockets, drawers, and old jars across America, the legendary 1984 Lincoln cent. Yes, the simple copper penny from Denver that could be worth over $500,000. That's right, a coin originally minted for just 1 cent now potentially commanding a jaw-dropping $585,679 on the collector's market. This isn't a myth, a scam, or some fantasy from a comic book. It's the real deal, and in today's video, we're diving deep into the history, minting errors, hidden secrets, and current market value of the 1984 Lincoln penny. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and how to turn an ordinary penny into a small fortune. So, grab a drink, get comfortable, and don't blink, because this could be the most valuable 5 minutes you've ever spent watching YouTube. Let's take a trip back in time, to the year 1984. Ronald Reagan was President of the United States. Michael Jackson was lighting up the Billboard charts. And in the world of numismatics, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to meet the needs of a fast-moving economy. The Denver Mint, located in Colorado, over 5.5 billion Lincoln cents were struck with the D Mint mark. These pennies were standard issue, measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter, composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, thanks to a composition change in 1982. But while most of these coins were common and ordinary, a select few were minted with incredible errors, striking flaws, and doubling mistakes that would make collectors drool. It's these errors, combined with rarity, condition, and collector demand, that have turned some of these 1984 Lincoln cents into small gold mines. Now, let's get into the juicy details. There are a few key reasons why this penny has become the subject of wild excitement among coin collectors, one of the most sought after versions of the 1984 Lincoln cent features a double die obverse, or DDO. This means the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, resulting in a visible doubling effect on Abraham Lincoln's portrait. This error is most noticeable on Lincoln's ear, jawline, and neck, sometimes referred to as the doubled ear penny. If you spot this feature on your penny, especially with a D mint mark, you could be holding onto a treasure worth thousands, or even more in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that are uncirculated, with perfect or near-perfect surfaces, are classified by professional graders with high mint state scores, usually MS65, MS66, MS67, or higher. An MS68 1984 penny, particularly with doubling, is exceedingly rare, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. Some of the highest graded specimens have sold at auctions for well over $50,000, and even beyond. A 1984 Lincoln cent in near-perfect red condition with DDO could reach the incredible amount of $585,679, especially if certified by a top-tier grader like PCGS or NGC. As time passes, finding a flawless 1984 penny becomes harder and harder. Most were worn out through decades of circulation. The surviving, high-grade, or error coins become rarer each year, pushing up demand among collectors worldwide. So how can you tell if your 1984 Lincoln cent is valuable? Look just under the date on the front of the coin. If it has a small D under 1984, you've got a Denver Mint coin. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. If you notice a second earlobe beneath Lincoln's main ear, you may be looking at a double die obverse, one of the most famous errors of that year. Original reddish copper coins fetch the highest prices. If your coin has retained its bright red luster, that's a huge bonus. Even tiny scratches or nicks can affect value. The fewer the blemishes, the more likely your coin is to grade high. A standard 1984 penny weighs 2.5 grams. If your penny weighs 3.1 grams, it could have been struck on a pre-1982 copper planchet, another rare error worth investigating. Let's talk real money. What's the 1984 Lincoln cent actually worth? Regular circulated 1984 penny, worth 1 to 10 cents. MS65 red, valued around $50 to $1.50. MS67 red, now we're talking serious money, up to $1,500 or more. MS68RD plus DDO certified by PCGS. Can reach $50,000 to $585,679, depending on auction dynamics, demand, and condition. In recent years, auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen incredible bidding wars for these coins, pushing prices to historic highs. Got a coin you think is valuable? Don't just sell it to a pawn shop or a random online buyer. Submit your coin to professional grading companies like PCGS, NGC, or Anax. This gives your coin an initial grade and boosts its market value. Look up recent auction results for similar coins. You can use platforms like EB Great Collections and Heritage Auctions. Never clean your coin, it destroys the surface and value instantly. Use trusted coin dealers, auction houses, or online forums like CoinTalk and Reddit's r/coins for advice. So next time you're going through your spare change or checking that old piggy bank from your childhood, don't ignore those 1984 pennies, especially with a little d under the date. That tiny coin might just be a six-figure jackpot waiting to be discovered. It's moments like these that make coin collecting such a thrilling and rewarding hobby. History, mystery, and the chance to turn 1 cent into nearly $600,000. Now that's something worth hunting for. If you found this video helpful or exciting, hit that like button, subscribe to RF Coins, and don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare coins, coin news, and hidden treasures. Drop a comment below if you've got a 1984 D penny, or any coin you'd like us to talk about next. Thanks for watching, and remember, your fortune could be hiding in your pocket. This is RF Coins, signing until next time. Happy hunting. Welcome back to RF Coins, the ultimate hub for coin lovers, treasure hunters, and collectors around the globe. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of modern American coinage, the 1996 Lincoln penny, a small copper-coated coin that might just be hiding a massive value inside your pocket, jar, or old coin stash. Yes, you heard it right. That seemingly ordinary 1996 Lincoln cent, minted nearly 3 decades ago, could be worth far, far more than just 1 cent. Some rare versions of this coin are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on condition, mint mark, and especially unique errors. So, if you have a 1996 penny lying around or want to know exactly what to look for, stay with me, because in this video, we're uncovering the hidden value, fascinating history, rare varieties, and market demand for this iconic piece of American currency. Let's begin with a bit of numismatic history. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, this penny replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. By 1996, the Lincoln penny had already seen decades of circulation and several subtle design changes. However, in 1996, the U.S. Mint continued the memorial reverse design, that famous image of the Lincoln Memorial Building in Washington, D.C., which had been used since 1959. The obverse of the 1996 penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year, 1996. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, with the inscriptions, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and the denomination, 1 cent. But while the design remained the same, not all 1996 Lincoln cents were created equal. If billions were made, how can any of them be rare or valuable? The answer lies in mint errors, high-grade conditions, and collector demand. Now this is where things get exciting. Despite the massive mintage, some 1996 Lincoln cents are worth a fortune due to certain minting errors or being preserved in pristine condition. If you spot a 1996 penny where the date, Liberty, or "In God We Trust," looks doubled, you might have a rare and valuable double die. These are caused during the hubbing process and can be worth $50 to over $500, depending on severity and condition. If the coin wasn't struck correctly and part of the design is missing or shifted, it's an off-center strike. A 10 to 15% off-center 1996 penny can be worth $15 to $75, while extreme off-center coins, especially with full date and mint mark visible, can go for $100 or more. A 1996 cent with a visible curved or straight clip, where part of the coin is missing due to a blanking issue, could sell from $25 to $200. Depending on the size and clarity, these are raised lines or bumps caused by a cracked die. 1996 cents with dramatic die cracks or retained cuds can be sold for $10 to $50, or even more if they are dramatic, extremely rare. If a 1996 penny was struck on a foreign planchet or an older 95% copper blank by accident, that coin can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Collectors are always chasing coins in the best condition. A 1996 penny in MS67 condition has sold for $135 to $300. A 1996 D penny in MS68 red has sold for over $600. A 1996 S proof penny graded PR70 deep cameo has auction records as high as $700 to $1,000. Grading matters. If your coin has no scratches, no signs of wear, original red color, and a sharp strike, it could be a sleeper gem worth sending to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Let's talk about today's market. What's happening in 2025? The current market value of a premium 1996 Lincoln penny, depending on condition and type, can range from 10 cents in lightly circulated condition to $5.85, even up to $675 or more for rare mint errors or high-grade certified coins. Yes, a penny worth hundreds of dollars. As more collectors search for overlooked modern-era treasures, even common-date coins like the 1996 cent are getting attention, especially with beautiful red color or certified designations. eBay listings, auction sites like Heritage Auctions, and private dealers are seeing rising interest in late 20th century Lincoln cents. The idea that modern coins have little value? That's changing fast. Check for doubling. Use a magnifying glass or microscope, examine the color, red, brown, or red-brown. Red is most valuable, look for luster and wear. A coin with no wear might be uncirculated, spot errors, center, clipped, die cracks. These are gold mines. Compare with price guides, use PCGS, NGC, and eBay sold listings. Consider grading. If it looks flawless, it's time to send it in.so. The next time you're counting change, rummaging through a coin jar, or digging into your childhood collection, take a good look at those 1996 Lincoln pennies. What might look like just a copper-colored disc could actually be a treasured gem, worth far more than a cent. Whether it's a rare mint error, a flawless proof, or a high-grade red beauty, your penny could be holding a secret. The key is knowledge, and now you've got it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1996 Lincoln cent, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a single treasure from JF Coin. Got a 1996 penny you'd like me to review? Drop a comment below or send us a picture. Your coin might be our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and some are worth a fortune. This is RF Coins, where change becomes treasure. See you in the next hunt. Welcome back to RF Coins, your #1 destination for rare coin values, incredible coin stories, and hidden treasures that might just be lying in your pocket right now. Today, we're diving deep into a small coin with a big story. It's the 1997 Lincoln cent, also known as the 1997 Lincoln penny, a coin that at first glance might look like just another regular piece of copper-plated zinc, but wait until you hear the real story, because this tiny coin? It could be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A penny potentially worth $585,674 or even more, depending on rarity, condition, and demand. So make sure to watch this video all the way to the end, because I'm going to show you how to spot the valuable ones, what makes them rare, what collectors are paying right now on the market, and how you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Let's dig into the history, the mystery, the value, and the modern gold rush for the 1997 Lincoln penny. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. It was first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin has featured Lincoln's profile for over a century, making it the longest-running design in U.S. coin history. Now, fast forward to 1997, a year that might seem ordinary in the world of coins, but not for collectors. The penny that year still bore Lincoln's image on the obverse side, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design by Frank Gasparo that had been used since 1959. But what makes 1997 so interesting isn't just the design. It's the mintage numbers, the mint errors, and the rare high-grade conditions that make certain 1997 pennies extremely valuable today. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, marked with a D. Over 4.6 billion Lincoln cents were minted in Philadelphia, and nearly 4.6 billion more in Denver. So yes, this was a very common coin, which means the only reason a 1997 penny becomes valuable is because of condition or mint error. Let me say that again, with billions of these made, most are only worth face value, unless you have one of the rare, special versions. And this is where things get very interesting. Let's talk about what turns a regular 1997 penny into a high-value collector's item. Mint errors. Let's start with errors. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors, and the 1997 Lincoln cent has a few of them that could easily be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. Some of the most valuable 1997 penny errors include double die obverse. This happens when the design is struck twice at slightly different angles. Look closely at Lincoln's I, date, and the word liberty. Any doubling could mean big money. Center strike. If your 1997 penny looks like it was stamped to one side, it might be in center error. The more off-center it is, the higher its value, especially if the date is still fully visible. Clipped planchet. These coins are literally missing a piece, where the blank planchet was clipped during minting. Broad-struck coins. Coins struck without a collar will appear stretched out, and these can be worth serious money. Wrong planchet errors. Some 1997 pennies were accidentally struck on dimes or foreign coin blanks. These are extremely rare and highly valuable. Each of these errors can range in value from $50 to $5,000, depending on how rare and dramatic the error is. Now let's talk about condition. Because collectors pay top dollar for pennies in near-perfect shape. Uncirculated red in color-graded MS65 or higher. A 1997 penny graded MS67 red by PCGS or NGC can fetch anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or more, depending on demand. But the rarest of the rare, a flawless MS69, could command prices like $585,674 at auction, especially if it has both a high grade and an error. So check your 1997 pennies. If they look shiny, red, and nearly untouched, you might want to get them graded. Another factor to consider is unique die variants, slight differences in the way the coin's image was impressed. These small differences can become big targets for collectors. Wide AM reverse. Although not initially known on 1997, some collectors believe transitional dies may have been used from 1998 to 1999. If you find a 1997 with a wide AM reverse spacing, it could be extremely rare. Die cracks, cuds, and struck through grease coins also add value. So what are collectors paying for 1997 pennies today? Yes, it's rare, but it's not impossible. Coins like this have sold before, and could sell again, especially if the coin market continues to rise. So you might be wondering, how do you know if your penny is valuable? Look at the date. Is it 1997? Check the mint mark, D for Denver or none for Philadelphia. Look closely for doubling, especially on Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. Examine the condition. Is it red, shiny, and free of scratches? Look for center designs, cracks, or missing parts. If you think you found a special penny, here's what to do. Don't clean the coin. This ruins its value. Take it to a coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGSOBE Heritage Auctions. Great collections, or even showcase it at coin shows and expos. So there you have it, friends. The 1997 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people overlook every day. But with the right error, the right grade, and the right collector, that little coin could turn into a life-changing payday. Coins are more than just money, they're pieces of history, tiny time machines in your hand. And sometimes, they're worth a lot more than just 1 cent. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because at RF Coins, we bring you the world of coins like no one else. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, and let us know what coins you want us to cover next. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep checking your change. RF Coins, signing.